Okay, what's going on, y'all? This is another 6-minute video. It's where I talk about a random topic for 6 minutes. And this isn't for the likes, the views, the comments, the subscribers, the fame, or the glory. It's just for my efficiency at speaking kind of in public, but more importantly in front of a camera and a microphone where there isn't somebody to keep the conversation going. The idea is to keep my brain in a state where I can constantly come up with things to say, though, although not necessarily important things to say, but say it in a way that people are able to still listen. Anyway, today's topic I'm not really too sure about. I forgot to do a video a while back. So today I'm thinking about just doing a kind of a catch up. I might even not make those videos public because nobody really cares to watch those anyway. But I wanted to catch up on those, so I don't know if today should be like an extra 12-minute long video or should I just split it up in the form of 6 minutes, 6 minute, 6 minute, because I didn't forget to do one last night. I just chose not to because it was so late playing Thronefall. Thronefall is such a fun game. It's built all around the fact it's built around optimization, which I can't say I'm a super big engineering student and I'm such a nerd, but as a guy that really likes to optimize things, this Thronefall was perfect. It literally hit all the boxes for being that perfect game. So I loved it. I've played it to my heart's content, so I don't need to play it anymore to kind of get the joy out of it. So I don't think I'll be playing Thronefall anymore, but I possibly could. It's definitely one of those games where you have to memorize the waves of enemies to kind of get the upper hand, know exactly where enemies are going to come next wave, so you can prepare for that on the wave beforehand. It's really hard because I set all the difficulty levels, all the multipliers to kind of make you not as good. Like, you can handicap yourself. You can handicap yourself so you can, what do you call it? So you can earn better rewards in the future. But those handicaps, when you stack them all up, it gets nuts because some of these levels I don't think are even possible with the handicaps that I have on. But with enough optimization, I feel like you can. In a way that the developers never intended. So that's what I've been working on, but it's not really work at all, I have to say, which begs the question, what really is work? There's our new topic of the video. Heck yeah, unscripted, that's how I like it. What is work? I'd love to reflect on that because streamers, their work is to sit in front of a camera all day and a microphone and talk to a user base that they've never met before. And I'm curious if anybody watching this video has ever met anybody that they know for a fact watches streams. I've never met anybody that's watched a Twitch streamer or even a YouTube streamer. I've never met anybody that legitimately sits and watches that stuff. But I don't know. Maybe I'll never find them. Maybe they just don't exist. Hope I don't get mauled over here. Maybe they don't exist and they're all botted. Dead internet theory, they're all AI bots right now. That's okay. I mean, they're making their money somehow, and I'm very curious on how these companies even make that much money if they're all botted, which begs the question, like, they're not botted, because if they're not real people, advertisers would be knowing that, and they would stop paying out. They would stop going to them to host their ads. So it's whatever. I mean, streaming seems like a lot of fun, but you have to be so consistent, right? You can't skip any days. Like, I skip a couple days, oh well. I'll be making those back. Streamers they just have to be entertaining 24/7, and not in a way that you think that like they're putting on a show for everybody, but they have to speak in a way that draws an audience. So my voice is super high and tinny, so it doesn't draw an audience. Nobody wants to listen to a pale white ginger that has this like super high pitched tinny voice and can't even speak, right? But when you come to people like Markiplier or Penguin Zero or Charlie, I don't know his actual YouTuber name. It's some string of letters after Penguin Z, but people want to listen to those people because they have a low, smooth voice. If I had to say it, it's a smooth voice, and the effort required to listen to people like that is very minimal, and naturally they do really, really well. I don't, and I'm not complaining at all. I mean, streaming isn't my job of choice for sure. Oh, look, it's some whales. Orcas. I take that back. But as I was saying, that's a very long fish. I don't know if I'm going to be able to fit that. Oh, goodness. I'm not going to be able to fit that at all. What was I saying? I don't remember. Oh, getting back on topic. The people that are who you want to listen to have a good voice. That's the whole reason why. Because they could be talking about a topic that you don't necessarily even are 100% interested in. You're not invested in it fully. But it's that same person that you're listening to. They have that same voice. They're able to talk in a way that you've just become accustomed to. And you just accept it. Like, you're just able to watch it without thinking about it a whole lot. And that would be a great place for me to stay at, but unfortunately it doesn't really work like that for me, because I'm neither entertaining, I don't have a good voice, as I've said previously. But just to nail the coffin in a little bit more, I think that's all I can fit. Yeah, I think that's all I could fit. Unless I can do that. Let's see. Let's try that. Wow, can't believe that worked. That worked out like that. Still can't fit it. Yeah, there's just absolutely no way to fit this other fish in here. Oh well, it's not like I'm losing a whole ton of stuff. But for people that don't have necessarily that great of a voice, this microphone does actually wonders for how well I'm speaking. It makes me seem like a whole different voice, which is actually pretty cool. But when you meet me in real life, my voice doesn't actually talk like that. Or maybe that's just my brain, because your brain psychologically changes the way it hears yourself when you're speaking, and when you hear it from a camera. From a camera, it gives you a much more unbiased opinion of how your voice sounds. Your brain is hearing it not come out of your mouth, which like is reverberating with your whole, what do you call it, cranium. So it sounds different. It gives you way more bass. It gives you way more, when you're just talking and you're listening to your voice, your voice has way more bass in it. It sounds full. But when you're listening to a recording, unfortunately, I got this high tinny voice. It's not very fun to listen to. This microphone does fix that actually, like a lot, which is actually really cool. But still, right, compared to the competition, compared to other people that are huge, naturally they have that voice, and naturally their microphone supports that. The microphone doesn't have to do the heavy lifting. Their voice is already doing the heavy lifting. My voice is not doing any heavy lifting. Maybe if I do voice lessons or whatnot, I'm not doing that. I'm not crazy. But seriously, there's this like natural voice affinity that people have, and they're just able to do it, which is really cool. And I'm not complaining at all. I'm just doing this for efficiency speaking. And in terms of efficiency speaking, I feel like I'm doing better at getting rid of filler words in my speech. I'm taking bigger pauses, but I'm taking the time to think of different things to say rather just than filling it in with a I do say a lot, That's unfortunate. I'm gonna have to knock that out sooner or later because it's so ingrained into the way you speak. It's just so instinctive. When you're talking and you just want to say, wow, that fish is glowing. It's so instinctive that you're just saying, on standby. I don't even know what to call it. Automatically, instinctively, automatically fill in whatever synonym word for you to do it instantly after every sentence or in the middle of the sentence. It doesn't matter because your brain just uses that to fill in its own gaps. It hates being awkward. Your brain hates awkwardness. So some people deal with awkwardness way better than others, right? There's just different personality types, different ways of doing things, or different. See, I did again. Different ways of speaking. But what was I gonna say? Yeah, your brain hates awkward pauses, so it'll fill that in automatically. And when you do it enough, right, you don't even realize you're doing it. You don't know you're saying those words until you watch you watch your own recording, right? Part of this is like watching your own recording and doing this stuff. While doing these videos, you watch yourself back again to see where you failed, where you need to get a little bit better at speaking with. It's actually very, very helpful. Again, I've said this in countless other videos. I would really recommend this to anybody. Just sit down, talk in front of a camera for 3 minutes. That's where I started. I talked in front of a camera for 3 minutes. Oh, photographer. And I got to the point where I'm like, see, like is another filler word that we don't really need. So we're going to trying to get rid of that word, like. But anyway, what was I saying? Oh, well, it doesn't matter. This is the end of this video, 14 minutes. So I'll catch you guys in the next one. I'm going to be making another one right after this because just to keep them in bite-sized pieces. Not like anybody's watching them, but I want a progression of I want 365 videos for this year, right? Through 2026, I want to make 365 videos. So 365 6-minute videos of me cranking out my speaking abilities in front of a camera while doing some gameplay in the background, dividing my brain. Enough said. See ya.